Have you ever been there, trapped in one of those no-win situations with a really difficult person? You argue, you try to explain yourself, you get emotional, but absolutely nothing changes? Well, what if I told you there's a totally different way to handle it? It's this kind of counterintuitive idea that when you're facing emotional manipulation, your most powerful weapon isn't your anger, it's your silence. Let's get into why this works so well.
So why is that? Think about it. Your anger is predictable. They know exactly how to poke and prod to get that reaction from you. They know how to use it against you. But your silence? Whoa, that is a complete mystery to them. It's totally unpredictable, and it yanks away the one thing they desperately crave: control.
And that right there is the big mindset shift. This isn't about winning an argument or getting the last word in. No. The real victory comes from making a strategic change in your own behavior by turning yourself into a puzzle they just can't solve anymore.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the power of being unpredictable. See, toxic people, they operate from a very specific script. They know exactly which buttons to push to get the reaction they're looking for. Our job here is to grab that script, tear it into a million little pieces, and start fresh with one they have never, ever seen before. This is how you take back the pen.
This breaks it down perfectly. Look at the left column. That's their game plan. They expect loud, emotional reactions. They want arguments. They thrive on drama and chaos. But then look at what you deliver instead. Calm observation. You withdraw your energy. You create strategic distance. You're basically cutting off their fuel supply. It doesn't just throw them off balance. It starves them of the drama they need to feel important.
So how do we actually do this? Right? It's not just about zipping your lips. It's about being intentional, being strategic with your silence. So we're going to break down the playbook into 7 specific behaviors you can start using like today to take back your power. These 7 moves, this is your new playbook for becoming respected and honestly, kind of untouchable. So let's kick it off with number 1. This is the foundation of everything. They want you loud, they want you emotional, they want you reactive. They are literally trying to bait you into an outburst. But when you just refuse to take the bait and instead you just calmly observe what's happening, all the power just fizzles out of their provocation.
And here's what happens next. Without your reaction creating a distraction, they are left completely alone with their own behavior. And that quiet, uncomfortable feeling they get, that becomes their punishment. And believe me, it is way more effective than any comeback you could ever think of. All right, tactic number 2 is all about stop feeding the fire. Arguing with a toxic person is basically like pouring gasoline on their ego. They absolutely love it. So instead of getting sucked into a debate, you just detach. You pull back all of your emotional energy. And here's the thing you have to remember. Their entire strategy depends on you playing the game. The moment you make yourself emotionally unavailable for their drama, they start to panic. The real win isn't about proving them wrong. It's about refusing to even step into their arena in the first place. Toxic people thrive in chaos. It is their natural habitat. So your job is to get yourself out of that environment. And this can be physical distance, like actually leaving the room, or it can be emotional distance, like just refusing to engage with a manipulative conversation. Distance is your shield. Simple as that. You become powerful the moment you stop giving them access to your peace of mind. Because honestly, their little tricks are completely useless if they can't even reach you.
Okay, now this one can feel really tough, but it is so powerful. They fully expect you to either explode with anger or become cold and bitter. So when you respond with this controlled, composed kindness instead, you completely dismantle their entire game plan. Your calm, kind response creates this glaring contrast to their chaotic energy. You're basically holding up a mirror to their instability without saying a single word. It shows everyone, including them, that you are in control, not just of the situation, but of yourself. This one is all about letting go. Seriously, you have to release that need to get revenge or to see them get what's coming to them right away. You stop chasing justice, and instead, you just learn to trust in natural consequences. And when we say karma here, we're not talking about some mystical force. It's just a simple fact of life. Toxic people eventually get tangled up in their own webs. They drown in the chaos they create. All you have to do is step back, watch in silence, and let life teach them the lessons your words never could. This one is a huge internal shift. So much of the control toxic people have is because deep down, we crave their approval. They absolutely cannot stand it when you stop caring what they think and stop trying to please them. And that is the key that unlocks everything.
Their power over you is completely tied to you wanting their acceptance. The second you decide that your own inner peace is way more valuable than their approval, poof, their power just evaporates.
And this brings us to the final move in the playbook. You stop explaining yourself. You stop defending your choices. You stop justifying your boundaries. You just live by them, silently.
And this, my friends, is the ultimate power shift. When they can't read you anymore, when they can't predict your next move, when they just don't understand you, they lose all of their leverage. You've become an enigma, and they have absolutely no idea what to do with that. So, after you start using this silent playbook, what's the actual payoff? Well, it's not about winning one little fight. It's about a total transformation in your life, where your own inner peace becomes your greatest source of strength. So this is what your new reality starts to look like. You protect your peace like it's the most valuable thing you own. You become unreadable to people who want to cause you harm. You reclaim your personal power. And best of all, you shatter their illusion that they have any control over you. Always remember, toxic people don't fear being exposed, they fear being ignored. These three things, staying calm, staying private, and staying unpredictable, these are the pillars of your silent strength. Internalize them. Live by them, and you will build a fortress around your own well-being that no amount of toxicity can ever break through. And that's really the final thought I want to leave you with. This isn't just some abstract theory, it's a practical guide. So take a second and think about the dynamics in your own life. Now that you have the playbook, whose script are you finally ready to rewrite?